Hi there. Welcome to the Lifestyle Herbalist Podcast, where we hope to bring you a healthy dose of happiness. I'm your host, Dabney Vaccaro, clinical herbalist, health coach, lover of plants.
And I'm Sabrina Cooper, registered culinary holistic nutritionist and herbalist. Join us as we dive into the art of herbalism, mindfulness, and healthy lifestyle practices to help you achieve a happier and healthier life. Whether you're a seasoned herbalist or just starting your wellness journey, we're here to provide you with the insights, tips, and inspiration for a more balanced and joyful existence. So grab your favorite herbal tea, sit back, and let's get a healthy dose of happiness together.
Hey, welcome back to the Lifestyle Herbalist. Sabrina and I are here today to just recap some of the things we've been talking about in the episodes prior about radiant skin. I talked to you about some different herbs that help with radiant skin. Sabrina brought you along with the skin and gut connection. And today we're going to talk about just how do you maintain that youthful skin. Our skin actually is a reflection of our overall health. When you say that's true, Sabrina?
I would, yeah. And even, I mean, and you would agree because we do that a lot in, as dental hygienists, we do a
Damn.
extra oral exam
Mhm.
and we make sure that if we see anything on the outside and then when we look on the inside, then we also can kind of get a better picture of perhaps like what's going on, right? It's all because it's all interconnected. And we always see like if people are on medications or anything that they're having, usually it could be a sign of that or medications, et cetera, not drinking enough water. And so it's all connected. It's all part and parcel. So I think, we really need to be mindful and pay attention to what our skin, not only on our face, but on our whole body is telling us.
Absolutely. Even just dehydration, like it has an effect on our skin. The processed foods and sugars in particular, there's a lot of toxins in those. And so those free radicals and toxins actually age our skin, which is why, we've talked so much on this podcast about, the food we put in is really the best medicine for our bodies. And so those dark leafy green veggies, those dark berries, those things have really a lot of antioxidants in them. And antioxidants, if you think about it in a way of everybody's at a dance and, there's nobody dancing, everybody's around the perimeter of the dance floor, but then comes in an antioxidant. And the antioxidant goes over to uh, someone standing in the corner there that happens to be a free radical. It grabs onto the free radical, it starts tearing up the dance floor, and then it exits right out the door. That's what antioxidants do. It takes those lurking toxins and free radicals and it removes them from the body, which in essence then makes your body healthier and you get that glowing skin.
And our face and especially is exposed to so much like in the environment, right? The toxins in the environment as well. It's not just what you're taking in. So, the sun damage and all that. So we do need our antioxidants to help fight any sunspots and skin damage that we're getting from that as well, right? Putting on your sunscreen, making sure, and if you're not, and then that way the free radical, the antioxidants can help fight things that could get started on your skin, right? I know myself when I was little, I had like gotten really badly sunburned. Like I had pretty clear skin, but getting really bad sunburn, being in Mexico when I was young, and I got freckles like all across my face and they've lasted. They haven't really faded. They'll fade in the winter, but they'll come out if I don't protect my skin. And I've been doing my due diligence of, and I think I've kept it at bay for not spreading or getting worse, but I do have to be mindful. And I do try to eat as healthy as I can because I want to get these antioxidants so that I don't get any skin damage. My dad's pretty fair, so I have a mixed skin. I don't have quite, I'm not lucky to have dark skin. So I do have the potential to burn. And so it's important that I protect it with all the good hydration and my leafy greens and berries. So I agree that, that's really, really important.
Yeah, for sure. And we've talked about hydrating, how important it is to make sure that you're hydrating, especially in the summertime when things are drier. But really for me, hydration is really on point for the winter because I'm not as active, I don't feel, I don't feel myself sweat or perspire. So sometimes I can be more dehydrated in the winter, especially with
Yep.
like heating, the gas
Artificial air.
fireplaces and wood fireplaces and just the heat in general is just really drying. It's cold. There's no moisture in the air to latch a hold of. So, we want to make sure that you're using those healthy fats like avocados and olive oil, but also nuts like walnuts are really great way to get fats into your body and really show on your skin.
And they protect against the environmental damage as well, like a little hidden FYI, like the chia seeds, flax seeds, right? Vitamin
Mhm.
E, they have a lot of vitamin E, so that's really good. Um, we were just going to say about hydration, and I know we talked a lot about it. We always talk about hydration because it's so important. And I remember us saying in one of our podcasts that if you already start to feel really t like tired and you're starting to get lethargic, it's almost like your body's already, it's a little too late. Like you should have been drinking water before. Like that's a
Mhm.
sign that you're dehydrated, you know?
Right.
And so we need to keep sipping on that water throughout the day. Don't just wait and be like, oh, I'm really tired. I feel really thirsty. I'm parched. I'm like gonna like faint. No, that's a little too late. Your body is really telling you like you need to get that hydration to that hydration station. We do workouts, and there's one girl on our workouts that always says, hot people drink water. So I'm always like yelling that out to my husband, Steve. I'm like, remember, hot people drink water. Let's drink up. So um, just like it's funny. I'm sure that she just says it because it's working out. But
Yeah, yeah.
anybody, all people are hot, that drink
That's
water.
right. That's right.
Um, so yeah, so that's the thing. So I think, we really need to focus on that, especially now coming into summer months. Um, and eating these cooling foods for your skin if it gets too hot, right? Like you want to cool down that skin. Um, because you don't want overheated skin that's red and puffy and inflamed as well, right? So, aloe is really good to have on hand, a nice aloe plant, I think, and other herbs that Dabney could probably touch upon.
Well, actually, I was just giving a little presentation for a retired teachers association here locally today. And one of the things I touched upon was apple cider vinegar and how apple cider vinegar is cooling and it's astringing and it's wonderful for the skin. For people who have eczema or some type of blemish or something that they're just trying to mitigate. But of course, you want to dilute it. It should be 1 part apple cider vinegar to 3 parts water. But just dabbing it on your skin can be cooling and refreshing and really help with skin issues. So, just something that many people have in their cupboards,
Yep.
that you don't have to go out and spend money on extra. It's already there, and but something that you can incorporate. Apple cider vinegar with the mother in particular has prebiotics, probiotics, enzymes that all help aid in digestion that really help that gut um, um, microbiome. And we've talked before, Sabrina brought it to you in the last podcast about how important it is to have, a good, healthy microbiome that does have a huge impact on the skin health. So apple
And we
cider.
also had Irina too, our guest, talk about how important it is to, have good gut health and oral health, even she said, right? So
Great. Yep, that
that
will
was,
be on next week, so stay
I
tuned.
know. So stay
Yeah,
tuned for more
yeah,
information.
yeah.
But listen
Be
in.
wonderful to have that. Yeah. So
It's a good
oral.
one. She's
Mhm,
had a lot of knowledge. And so it was really interesting for both of us to listen into that.
for sure. But less is more sometimes, and it's the same thing I talked about with this group with apple cider vinegar. We as humans, we have a good idea and we think, well, if a little bit is good, a lot's even better. But apple cider vinegar, no, not so much.
Not so
You
much.
want to go low and slow. But even skincare routines, and Irina will talk about that more next week. But she has a lot of wonderful natural products that she carries in her store. But over cleansing with harsh products, it just strips the natural oils from their skin. So you want to make sure that you hydrate, you have the right pH, that you're
Hmm.
using natural things on your skin because again, your skin is your largest organ and it's really important to mitigate the toxin exposure. We are already inundated with lots of toxins, and we shouldn't choose to put them on our face and our skin.
Choosing the right products is so important because you don't know what's out there and there's all that, not great things in products. And, we're not here to bash anybody or anything, but a lot of claims that say they're going to do something, but they're not there to deliver. So, really paying attention to where you get your products, where they source their materials from, doing your due diligence and homework in order to, find that product that works well for your skin. It shouldn't be drying your skin. It should be keeping it balanced. It should be overly oily. It shouldn't be dry. It should be right in the middle, doing what it's supposed to do. I know I've been changing products lately and I've felt a big difference in my skin. Like it's never really dry, dry. If it is, then I know that something's amiss. And I know toner. Both
Mhm.
of us had Dabney and I were like, toner. We never even knew about toner. Like, what was toner,
What is that? Yeah.
I don't know about Dabney, but my mom was not big into like all this
No,
facial stuff and creams. It was
nothing.
like Pond's or something, Nivea or something. That was it. Like that was her.
Noxzema. Do you remember
Noxzema,
Noxzema?
yes,
Oh my
Noxzema. Like it was
gosh.
like just like Vaseline skincare, whatever it was, but it was just like all body, face, all in
Right.
one.
Right.
There was
Exactly.
no
Yeah.
toning or, what oil
It was
serum.
ivory soap everywhere.
Yeah, it was not like no facial wash. It was like, here's a bar soap. Like, you'll be
Right.
fine. Pears. I think I used pears. That was probably the most natural. I think that's what it was called. Anyway, so it's been changing and I really noticed a difference. And part of that is like my skin routine is making sure that every night I make the time to like pay attention, wash my face after a day, especially being out in the garden, and not using harsh chemicals on my face or my water is not as same as it is in the city, vice versa. That also makes a big difference. If your water's hard or soft, those kind of things can really have an effect on your skin. And so I've been really paying attention and really embracing the benefits of the talk, especially with Irina.
Right. And the other thing that I learned too is the importance of changing your pillowcases. Like
That's
I
a good one.
I was amazed to learn that some people don't change their pillowcases or their sheets for like a long time. Like it's kind of gross. But it's important to change your bed sheets because you are spending a fair amount of time inside those sheets. But
You're
pillowcases should
sweating.
be changed, a couple times a week. And, if you have a bunch of toxins, because again, we keep talking about all the things that we're exposed to, even if we can't see bacteria, you can't see the toxins, but they're there. But if we don't clean them off of our face, all that sits on our face. It's sort of like not brushing your teeth. Like if you're not brushing your teeth, you got all the bacterial load and viruses that live in your mouth as well. It's just sitting there, just having a big party all night long while you're sleeping. In the morning, you get up and you're cleaning up this mess because it's like, ugh, my mouth feels gross. And it's from the partying going on all night. So you have to do
Yeah.
your best job cleaning your teeth at night, but your face as well, because then you're putting it to bed. You're laying on your pillowcase. And if you just have night after night of just yuck on your pillowcase, your skin is not going to look good.
No. And what else goes with pillowcase? Sleep. If you're
Yes.
not getting a good night's sleep, your skin's not is gonna like not be doing very well either, right? It's going to just be a mess. So you get the bags, you get the tiredness, your skin's not going to be glowing. You may be reaching for bad foods because you're craving carbs and processed foods instead of the healthy because your like body's, wanting this sugar and all this stuff to keep you going because you're so tired. Which also is a snowball effect. Like I was just saying to Dabney, I should take a picture of our skin, but I have no makeup on today or anything. And I said I was so tired. I've been like trying to catch up on sleep, and it's just been snowballing. And then I feel like I'm just go, 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 go. And so I'm looking forward to this afternoon. But my skin, my eyes, everything is just like half like, I just feel like, anyway. So it does have an effect of it. It's like having a party all night, and then it's like waking up and you're like just not yourself. So take care of your skin, change those pillowcases, and get sleep, better sleep with clean pillowcases.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on the sleeping part. I'm sure we've all met someone at work or someplace in life, or even ourselves. Even the skin tone looks different when you're not healthy.
Gray,
Yeah, it's kind of ashen looking.
ashen, gray,
Yeah, kind of gray, kind of
oh,
pale, dull. Yeah, and all of that is a reflection of typically your gut. things aren't, you're not feeling well. But sleep is vital. Sleep is really important. And I've said this before that our day starts when we go to bed. Like
Mhm.
how our next day goes when we're awake all depends on typically how the sleeping time went. And if we didn't sleep well, it's hard to have a really great day. So sleep is really vital. It's a chance for our body to repair the damage from the awake time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing, we talked about it many times in our podcast too, so we're not going to go too much into it. You probably can search out some of the ones that the podcasts in the past that we've talked about. But it's also, the alcohol and that kind of thing. It's going to affect your sleep even more because if you're already dehydrated, it's going to dehydrate you more. So just pay attention. Then you're not going to sleep well. You're going to wake up and your skin is not going to feel great. I know a lot of people first thing in the morning, like go work out and you're already dehydrated. What's your body going to do if it's after that workout, right? So best bet is to jump out of bed and, as much as you are kind of tired and want to grab for that coffee, try reaching for some water. You put that little bit of apple cider vinegar to get going or some lemon in your water.
Mm,
And have that before, like some warm water, lukewarm, tepid, whatever, but get that before you do anything just to rehydrate yourself. Because
okay.
sometimes at night you're sweating too and releasing those toxins, right? So your body needs to replenish overnight from overnight. So good
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Um, Back in January, I purchased a red light mask. Um, and I was using it pretty religiously at first, but I've kind of gotten busy and I just haven't sat down. Sometimes I call it my 10-minute Zen. When I'm just really busy, I was like, okay, I got to take my 10-minute Zen and I'll sit down and I'll put on my red laser mask, red light therapy mask, and just do nothing because I have to take my glasses off and I don't see very well up close without my glasses, so I can't read anything. So it makes me kind of just sit and chill. And I do like a small little meditation during that time just to kind of rebalance things in life because I have a tendency to go, go, go. But anyway, red light therapy is basically it's wavelengths of red and infrared, and it stimulates cellular repair, it reduces inflammation, and it enhances overall wellness. I know that there's people that have these mats that they lay on. You can get an infrared sauna. There's lots of ways to get infrared therapy, but what it does for your skin is it boosts collagen and elastin, it reduces wrinkles, fine lines, and improves your skin's firmness. It can help fade scars and hyperpigmentation, like acne scars, sunspots, and it increases circulation and helps with cellular repair. So it could be an easy thing to do too if you're wanting or needing something a little extra that you're trying to remedy for your face. So have you ever
I
used,
love that.
you know,
No, I've seen them though. They kind of look like Friday. What was it? No,
Friday the
Friday the
13th?
13th. Yeah. It's like my friend posted a picture. I'm like, what is that? She's like, I think it's the same thing you're talking about. And I thought it was the funniest thing. But no, I have not tried it. They do it where I actually went for my first lymphatic facial massage, and that's actually you can get a 10-minute or a 20-minute add-on with that mask, I believe, or some sort of therapy, right? So I'm assuming that's probably what it is, something similar. And so, no, but I was like, have you had a lymphatic facial massage?
Yes, Irina has given me
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Oh, they're so nice.
they're great.
And they're like, it's just good to get the lymphatic system, going and draining and functioning properly, right? So there's the benefits of it are just so important because of getting those lymph around the lymph nodes, the jaw, around the eyes, and the lymphatic drainage, of course. And then it reduces the puffiness, swelling, and it promotes relaxation, skin tone, and texture and so many benefits. It detoxifies even the skin. I know when I was in there, I was like in a zone, like just that all the things she was doing and the products and the aromatherapy that goes along with it. If you're with the right person,
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
just
wonderful.
heaven for an hour, And I came out, my skin was glowing after. Like there's no pinching or poking, there's no like squeezing pimples or anything like that. But your skin does feel a lot clearer and a lot
Smoother.
smoother and you look more relaxed and your body feels more relaxed. And Yeah, I suggest everyone trying to find somebody in your area that does a really good facial lymphatic massage. It's well worth it. It
Yeah,
almost feels like a whole body massage, but
it
it's not.
does. It just feels nice to be pampered once in a
Yeah,
while. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And with, working hard, you've got to just take the time to care for yourself. As women in particular, we often put ourselves way at the last part of the list. We get everybody else taken care of, and then there's just no more time, no more energy for the things that we need to get done for us. So I hope that you're inspired to maybe just call a friend who can recommend someone that maybe they go to. And even if it's just for 30 minutes, just to pamper yourself and do something for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take the time for yourself. I just had actually like a patient in the office. It had been 46 months since their last visit,
46
and they
months.
came in because they had jaw pain that was
Wow.
radiating. And I said, "Oh, could you tell me why you haven't been into the dental office in 46 months? Did something happen? Are you okay?" Like nothing was wrong with her medical history, she had told me, and basically said that she had given all her time to her kids.
Wow.
And finally, they're in school, both of them, and she has time to give herself now and take care of her and get back into like doing all the things and getting into her appointments and everything. And so I thought to myself, like, now she was worried about this jaw pain, thinking it was something even worse because that's the first place that her mind went was that it was going to be like a tumor or something,
Right,
you know?
right,
But
right,
that
right.
brought her into the office. And I just thought, this is what happens when we don't take care of ourselves. If something really did happen, she wouldn't be good to take care of anybody else, right? And her skin was fine, everything, she was doing a pretty good job taking care. But, it doesn't excuse the fact that she still was tired. She seemed exhausted. She seemed like not herself because she had to spend all this time of giving of herself and not giving herself time. So what you say is so true. Like we really do have to take it's not selfish. It's doing yourself a service. It's doing a service to others for you to take care of yourself so that you can better take care of everybody else and yourself. And you'll notice a big difference in all of your sleep habits and your gut health, oral health, which would in turn have effect on your skin and everything else. So that's one of the whole things that we really I think we really promote, don't we, Dabney, in
Yeah.
the healthy dose of happiness is really taking care of yourself. And the podcasts we bring are to offer different services, different insights, different types of products or information that you can take home and use to better yourself and give yourself
Well,
that
and at
dose
the
of happiness.
end of the day, your family wants you to take care of yourself.
Of
They would
course.
rather have a happy and relaxed person than a stressed out, grumpy person who is on the edge. So your people want you to take care of yourself. They have a lot to benefit from it too.
Exactly. And the more they say to you, and the more grumpy you get, then the more they're like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you in such a bad mood?" You know what I mean? So maybe if you like take care of yourself, be in a cheery mood, you'll be a positive effect on the rest of your family as well, right? They won't harass you. So if that's anything, I know that here in Canada we have a long weekend coming up. I know in the United States it's next weekend. Whenever
Mhm.
you listen, it's May.
Yep.
So I think it's a good time for everybody to take that extra time off and do something fun for yourself, do something for you, or take something relaxing. Maybe it's even just giving yourself, I put in quotes, permission to do what you love. If it's something just like sitting in a chair and reading a book, read that book. Go
Right.
for a walk, do yoga, go for a kayak, swim, whatever it is.
Hot bath, whatever.
Yeah, if it's just zoning out and putting your ear pods in and listening to some good music, like do it, like just lock yourself in your bedroom and give yourself that hour away from everyone and everything just to come back and regroup and rethink. That's what these holidays are meant for. It's like for you and for your family, but time to embrace, right?
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
That
stay
note,
tuned.
I hope you listen to we hope you listen to all our podcasts and refer them to friends if you think they're of any usefulness to anybody else. Share them.
Yes, please. And Let us know how we're doing. Give us a review. And if there's some topics that you're interested in knowing more about, reach out to us. You can find our contact information in the show notes. Until next time.
See you soon.